is on the day, and we're going to start things up with Yellow Submarine versus Team Empire. My name is Nomad, and joining me is Theban. How are you doing, sir?
Dude, all right. I was cutting it very close in the middle of a pub game, hour long, just finish in time to get into this lobby. So I'm glad that
I saw
won't
you
be
were playing a game, and I was like, it's okay. It's games over usually pretty quickly. And then I looked at what heroes were playing, and you're against a Drow and a Zeus, and I was just like, oh god, oh no, that's some good high ground defense. But
yeah,
all good. We're back into the game, and we got ourselves a draft already. Yellow Submarine versus Team Empire. These guys are wasting absolutely no time in getting some heroes picked up. We're going to start things up with a Phoenix and a Faceless Void for Yellow Submarine, one of their favorite combinations to open with. Meanwhile, Team Empire, they've grabbed the Magnus and the Lina, a classic.
Very, very strong opening from Empire here. I think Lina is just one of the best heroes right now in Dota 2 just because of the flex and how strong it is at the 4, right? You just keep punching at that position 5 hero, and then your offlaner gets a pretty free time in the lane, and you just have all this wave clear, burst damage potential. It's really, really good. And Yellow Submarine, this Faceless Void Phoenix opening is going to create that big team fight that I'm always scared for Yellow Submarine to have, honestly. These guys are so good at fighting together that you give them a combo like this, you pretty much guarantee they're early all the way to their late game in the draft.
Yeah, they can play it so well as well. Yeah, I mean, what are we thinking Team Empire's odds are for this game? Because I'm not sure I'm feeling too good about them this game. I mean, Yellow Submarine have just been smashing everyone recently. They looked so strong.
I haven't really been a huge fan of Magnus lately. Again, people just know how to play against it nowadays, and on top of that, you're playing against this Phoenix Void, right? So the Chrono is already going to be locking down that empowered, overfarmed hero. So Empire, they don't have a whole lot of options, I think. Spectre would have been amazing in this draft because it's really hard for Void to kill, but that's already been banned out. I can't help but feel like they should have picked the carry right away instead of going for the Lina here. Now that the more I think about it, because all the good carries just keep getting banned out one by one now.
Yeah, and they had the 4th pick as well, so they could have defended their their pick pretty nicely with a couple of bans there. But they will go for the Undying next for Team Empire. So grab the Undead Boy to try and buff themselves up a little bit. I mean, these are looking like very strong lanes. I will say that much for Team Empire.
Mm-hmm. It is strong lanes, that's for sure. And Void, not the best hero at dealing with Tombstone either. That being said, Snapwire is still not open, actually. It's actually banned out. So Yellow Submarine going to go with the Wish Doctor. That means this Phoenix is going to be the position 4. Most of the time, we end up seeing the position 4 Phoenix. Anyway, Wish Doctor going to be the strong, safe lane supporting hero. I don't know how good it is against Lina. I don't think it's actually that good, honestly. She can just stun you every time you try to trade with her.
Yeah, that LSA, very long range stun, which Doctor's not going to enjoy too much.
And also the Wish Doctor's ultimate can do a lot of damage inside the Chrono early game. Late game, not so much. You're probably going to get disabled up. The Death Ward will get cancelled. You can't really do a whole lot later on. Your Maledict is pretty much your best spell at that point.
So Team Empire looking to probably grab themselves a carry hero, I'd guess, here. Or
Juggernaut?
Maybe they want to save that for last, but I imagine they probably want their mid for last.
So I think there's a Juggernaut game from Empire.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
Deals with Phoenix. Not bad versus Void.
There's only a very surprising. There's only a very few good Magnus partners for core. I feel Void, PA, Troll, Juggernaut. Pretty much those heroes. Lifestealer could be good too, and Spectre is those are in the second tier already, right? But in the first tier are those heroes. Troll, people don't even favor that hero right now, so that's also I would consider second tier. But Jug Mag, that's really nice. They pick up a Doom here. That means they don't really have any setup stuns for this Lina. That's one thing. And the second thing is they don't have simple stuns. That's pretty much it, actually. They just don't have any okay, I stun this guy, we kill him. They have this Doom, they have this Magnus RP. It's actually going to be very hard for Empire to fight, although they have really good team fighting heroes.
Yep, they see this, and Yellow Submarine's answer is well, if you're not going to get any kind of soft committal spells, then we're just going to grab a Bat Rider. This guy can just fly around the sides of the team fight, poke in at Team
So
Empire,
good.
constantly laying up these napalms, and there's nothing they can do about it. Though they can't run at him and try and catch him because they don't
And the
have
clean
those
bans too.
abilities. Oh my
Exactly. And now
goodness,
they
look at
ban
those
out the
bans.
Jug and the AM. Yeah, the Jug would have
Yeah.
been a good hero against Bat. So Slark, maybe a choice for Empire now. And like you said, Bat loves to play against heroes who don't have stuns. And they don't have stuns, honestly, on Empire. Like, you can't consider Light Strike Array a stun this game against a Bat. You get Napalm one time, you're going to have a very difficult time trying to land that spell.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. Very worrying for Team Empire. I think this draft has gone quite badly for them, to put it lightly. But what are the strengths of their draft on Team Empire?
Well, they have all these big ultis, right? The Doom, the RP, the Undying Tombstone. His ulti is also good. So, what would have made this lineup possible is if Empire was the one who had to face this Void in their draft. So, if some point Yellow Submarine disrespect Empire's lineup, they fight into them and like they actually head-on fight 5v5, and Yellow Submarine don't run away. Like, Empire will win almost every single one of those engagements, even though they're against Void and stuff. But I think Yellow Submarine is just gonna kite, and then just chrono the carry, whoever is getting empowered and overfarmed, and just gonna kill that guy. Batrider's gonna run around, firefly the map, and then lasso someone with the Wish Doctor, Death Ward. He can get kills too. It's like this Empire draft has really gone downhill, I think, after the first two picks.
Yeah, no, I agree. I like the Lina Magnus. You know, I didn't like it even as much as Void Phoenix, but I still thought it was good. But then they kind of just, the Undying and Doom, this middle phase didn't really look too
Oh,
fun.
how do you
Doom
get
from
on
Yellow
top of the
Submarine.
Zeus
There's
now?
no catch. There is no catch.
Oh,
All right,
no.
so let's just sum up everything they need from this final page. They need some catch. They need some
And a
stun.
disable.
They need
Sven.
a carry hero,
Boom.
and there needs to be an empowerable hero.
It's a Sven, right? But then it's against Batrider and Void, like two heroes Sven hates playing into. But they have to go for this like Sven route or something. I'm trying to think of like other characters. Ricky? Oh, Ricky could be interesting actually.
Ricky could be very interesting. I like
Yeah,
that
just
a lot.
play a different, exactly. Play something a bit more different, right? Like more run at you and imbiz and just kill and farm, and then hopefully Yellow Submarine kind of just, you know, can't farm the map anymore. Because they need to farm a lot actually on Yellow Submarine.
That's true. That's true. Zeus
With
isn't the
their
hero
cores.
he used to be. He is very farm focused right now.
They're
But they go
going
for the PL.
Nah. That's not gonna
it's not
do
enough
it.
for you.
That is not gonna do it.
I got to agree. I don't know. This isn't enough for me. But maybe there is some hope for Team Empire. No, I don't think it's like the worst draft matchup I've ever seen, but it's not looking too hot either. And considering Yellow Submarine are already our favorite team skill wise coming into it, I'm very worried for Team Empire here in game number 1. But maybe they can pull off the unbelievable. I mean, what is their win conditions? How do they pull ahead of Yellow Submarine in this game?
They gotta destroy this Batrider, like with the Phantom Lancer and the Undying. Right, they have to destroy him. This PL needs to be like 3-0 or 4-0 by 10 minutes, and then with Empower, he farms up only a couple of minutes and then starts running at the opponent. Like he's gonna have to have Diffusal Blade and Hood, then keep running at the opponent nonstop. Like he's gonna have to be the one who needs to pretty much start the fights.
Yeah,
because the Doom won't be able to do that, right? Neither can the Magnus. Magnus is just going to be an Empower bot with like mech or something. So PL is going to be the one who had to get Hood, get a Diffusal, run at your opponent, try to farm the enemy's farm, and just keep taking objectives like that.
Yeah. If he plays too passively, then I think they might start running into trouble on the side of Team Empire. Meanwhile, Yellow Submarine, they have so many ways to play this game. I mean, pretty much every one of their heroes can kick off. Like, if the Zeus has a good enough game, then he's going to be an absolute pain to deal with. His damage output is going to be a big threat to the side of Team Empire. If the Void has a good game, then he's good. You know, these are looking like pretty free chronos. The only thing which is going to stop him getting a killing chrono is an LSA, which again, pretty unlikely. And also very easy to dodge with that chrono speed. And then also you've got this Batrider who, as mentioned before, you know, this guy has nothing to slow him down, nothing to stop him just running heroes in circles. So if any of these guys has a pretty good lane, then I'm pretty worried for Team Empire. But nevertheless, it's not all doom and gloom, you know, Dota. Anything can happen. So let's get into game number 1 of Yellow Submarine versus Team Empire here in the Epic League Division 2. It's a lovely Wednesday morning, and we're about to watch Yellow Submarine possibly destroy Team Empire unless they can put up a really good fight here. I mean, Empire is this team which I've watched for a very long time. You know, this is the trio of Sayu, Ekanat. Well, it's basically Sayu and Ekanat who are the two which have stayed together through this Empire team and kind of tried to shape this organization, shape some teams, and make it happen. And they've looked very promising in the past, but unfortunately in this iteration, we haven't quite seen the same flair coming out from these two players to play up into a full roster and make themselves like a really competitive team. We've seen promises of it in the past, but right now it's not there. But maybe this is the game where we start to see them, or this is the series we start to see them really coming out to play some Dota in this tournament.
Undying. Oh,
is there trying to split him up nicely here, and they will be able to do exactly that. So he's forced to use a decay onto one hero. So bad, continuing to tick him down. He will have another decay in 3 seconds, which should probably be enough to keep him alive. So bad, gonna keep on going. He kind of actually turns around here. Not quite sure if this is the right plan as he's getting burnt down under the tower. Pops a stick, will survive. Getting very low on this Undying though, and it's gonna be forced to walk back to base as well.
Boots of Speed Phoenix. Honestly, he should have just got Maledict on that Witch Doctor. That was like a short kill, I think, with Maledict. He popped a 1 second stun that does 50 damage. So that was a bit unfortunate. That's all right. Bottom lane, it's a very weak lane now that they have the Doom over here. Doom doesn't really apply a whole lot of pressure in the laning stage, where the Lina can. So maybe they kind of like balance each other out into like a 50-50 lane, where normally I would say Lina lanes are quite favored to win.
Yeah, I can maybe see it, and I think Void Witch Doctor can feel strong if you're able to kind of get the Void in the right place to do some damage and start getting some harassment off with the time log, because otherwise the Witch Doctor just doesn't feel, Witch Doctor needs his team to harass with him.
Oh, this lane is really good to kill the Doom though. They have high source of physical damage, and then once the Doom, like, he has to go into the creep wave to get the last hit, so he's gonna get cast into a Maledict, and then with like a level 3 Void, they will kill the Doom. So
yeah, and you've got like this ramping damage, which is really nice from the Maledict against those big tanky heroes.
Exactly. Are you ready for a Toronto Tokyo show in this game? Playing Zeus?
I am, dude. He is so fun to watch. I love this guy. He's so aggressive. The new top.
He's got the best name and a great playstyle too.
Yeah. His Invoker yesterday, playing with that IO, just like jumping around the map, getting so much work done, was just amazing.
Smiling Knight.
Top lane, Smiling Knight taking a lot of damage here. He's got those 3 stacks of sticky napalm upon him, but they can't finish the job. Yeah.
He's got a lot of magic wand charges though. That's gonna like
have about 80% health.
Yeah. This early full magic wand complete gonna give him so much. Oh, there it is. Pops it. Instant HP.
Yeah, when it gets to 20, he's just like, yep, fill me up, chief.
These days, it feels so good to play against offlane Bat Rider. Like, bats just can't dive your tower anymore. And they just keep giving you this mana battery, or HP mana battery, right? It's just so nice to play against offlane bats. That's why people play Bat Rider mid nowadays, because you're only playing against one hero. Only one hero will get those magic stick charges, and you also get solo XP the whole time.
Yeah. So far, not too bad. Wimbledon's doing very well in this mid lane against the Zeus, surprisingly. With this Empower, he's just able to secure himself a lot of CS.
They already have triple stacks on the both big and the medium camps here. Undying just like realized, okay, I'm not doing shit in this lane. Like, Pio can solo farm here. He's just stacking every minute. So Magnus is gonna want to take that, but I think Yellow Submarine also know what's going on, and I fully expect the Zeus to also be able to take that.
Yeah, they need to have an idea of what's going on here. They need to try and invade into the enemy side of the map, get some vision, get some information, and find out exactly what's going on. Yeah, I cannot making these stacks, but they need to be able to defend them as well. But he does actually have the Observer down. I wonder if So Bad saw that. Could maybe get a bit of suspicion.
Oh, got an invis. If he walks into the ward, though, he won't be able to see it because it's a sentry. Oh my god, these stacks are insane. There are so many stacks right now.
It's 4
Dude, that's
minutes
like
into the game. How's he even managed this?
Well, he's been stacking from like the 150, right?
Yeah.
When the time was 150, he's already stacked it. Then 250, he stacked it. And there's a D ward. Oh, this is gonna hurt so much for Empire, because now it's gonna be this like thought. Oh, guys, they're gonna steal our stacks. We have to get it. And the Magnus is constantly low HP, fighting into the Zeus too.
Yeah, I'm wondering what the players here. I think they kind of need to take an early point in Tombstone and then just let the mag go into those stacks with the Empower. Or maybe the Doom can come... Nah, Doom doesn't do enough damage to take the stacks.
Dude, Tombstone is so good at killing stacks, honestly.
Yeah, it is. It is. Bit of action at bottom lane as Pedashara and Sayu just kind of trading into Yatoro and the Poshka. Pedashara not really coming off too great from that. Neither is Sayu, to be honest, but they will do enough to defend the bounties and allow them to come back in and grab it.
He's got Chainmail now on the Doom with boots. Faces Void, most likely gonna want to rush my Mask. Oh no, he got the boots too. He wants to be able to chase his Doom down. Doom has that big mana aura creep. That's gonna help Lina so much. My goodness, that creep is honestly so broken. Especially if Chen gets it in the early laning stage.
Sayu in some trouble. Does stun up Yatoro, but in comes Toronto Tokyo with the Thunder God's Wrath to get that kill. Nice timing on the level 6.
This is the real action right here. Bat Rider, level 3 Firefly.
They need to do something. They need to come and contest this. Ekanati's screaming. He's saying, guys, the precious, precious stacks are being taken away. Gwimblad's got to go and get the vision and realize they're gone. Collapse has already taken them. And now, well, in comes Sobad, swooping on across. Toronto Tokyo joining in the neighborhood as well. Already taking a ton of them with the Arc Lightning. They need to do something about the Team Empire. Stun out onto 2. Not bad. Gwimblad comes in, drops the RP, turns it around. They will both die. They did take a decent amount as Toronto Tokyo still trying to finish the job, but also realizing he needs to get out of here. As the rest of the creeps looking like they're going to go the way of Akanat due to that Tombstone. But Toronto Tokyo would be a much bigger kill than this. They get baited in the stacks. They were the sweet, sweet honeypot all along, and Yellow Submarine could not resist. And now they lose 3 heroes.
Yeah, the 3 heroes are so much better than all those stacks, that's for sure. They got so much XP out of it. I know Batrider did steal that entire big camp, but they do get the Doom bottom though, because Alina had to go help in. That's something.
Yeah. Not bad in Poshka, not bad. Meanwhile, Collapse getting jumped on up the top here. Or, well, yeah, who's jumping on who? He's looking for it. Lasso comes down. Goodbye, Smiling Knight. He's going to get run down. No chance of surviving this one.
Hey, Collapse, and he's only level 6 because of the stacks, right? When he went there, he was level 5. He got an entire level off of killing that big camp.
Yeah, pretty insane.
I guess overall, was worth it for Yellow Submarine. I know they would have liked to have not died. They really didn't expect Alina to come there and like get that double stun, but other than that, like with the Doom dying, then the PO dying, like the butterfly effect, I think it's completely worth it for them.
Yeah, I think this last kind of few minutes of gameplay really just highlight why it's so strong to make stacks, because there's no way it can go bad for you. Like, we just see here, you know, they came to try and invade, but you've got these TP points all around the jungle. So it's so easy for Team Empire to defend these stacks and get the turnaround kills, which is exactly what happens. You know, there's really no punishment for making stacks anymore, because it's just so hard. There's so many TP points. It's so hard to contest.
Yeah, and it's really easy to stack those 2 camps too. Like, it's such low effort.
Yeah. And
the Undying's not going to stop stacking, right? Like, this is literally his job right now. He just wants to get XP. Oh, those skeletons just ruined his stack.
Toronto Tokyo could be in some trouble here. Gwimblad's, he's got himself the haste rune. He's going to be able to control them up beautifully. And then they get off the ultimate. The Chrono Spear comes down to try and keep him alive. That should be enough to keep the Zeus healthy. They'll be able to turn it around onto Gwimblad. He's going to try and skewer himself away. Is that going to be enough? It certainly is not. He's going to get cooked up. And that is going to be instead the Magnus going down and narrowly saving the lives of the Zeus. And the, I think the Bat Rider as well there. No, it wasn't the Bat, it was the Phoenix. Right next to each other in that RP.
Yeah, he was hoping for a 2-man RP there. He was thinking maybe the Zeus is actually going to die, but it was still worth it to I guess, chrono that. Just in case the Zeus would have died.
Yeah, for sure. Saved his life.
Now he's back bottom against the Doom, which is a little concerning because the Doom does drop that on the Void. He's not going to be able to do much. Actually, Doom is like an extremely hard counter to Void. Doesn't really build status resist early into the game, and the chrono is just so important.
Yeah,
They don't have a whole lot of save. I guess that's one really good thing that Empire has going for them too. Is like just being able to drop the Doom onto the Void in the fights, because the Void has to like be able to frontline and like get Chrono off first.
Yeah, if he doesn't do that, then his team's going to be in trouble. It's their big team fighting ability along with the Supernova.
And also no saves, right, on the Radiant side.
Yeah.
You gotta keep them
The thing
alive.
is, like, even if you do drop the Doom onto Yatoro, you know, the damage output from the Zeus and the control from the Batrider is going to be super scary to play into as well, so...
That's true, yeah. Smart Knight now made his way into the jungle. There's like a triple stack of Ancients he's having a hard time killing. Oh, find an Iron Talon. So did the Void. The Dream. No, like,
Iron Talons all around. These are some happy carries.
This is the only thing carries ever think about, right? Are Iron Talon. That's it. That's all they need to carry a game. As long as you have that, you're gonna be a farming god for like the next 8 minutes until you get like your Aquila or whatever from neutrals. And you can farm Ancients so quickly. Oh, bottom, the Doom, Maledict.
Very good. Ooh, okay. Alright, Petashar gets dropped. He did drop down the Doom onto the Batrider, but it's not going to make much of a difference. So Sayo coming in over here. He has got the Laguna Blade, might just try and pop it, but he can't get the range off onto the Batrider. Batrider makes it away, and they will not be able to finish off the bat. The Doom dies for nothing, and that is Doom on cooldown. Man, they need to make something happen with these spells. I mean, the point I was going to make earlier is that with the Doom, and once he gets a Blink Dagger with the RP, they really need to make sure they're finding something with every single use of these ultimates, because that's one of the ways they can utilize their heroes to put some really nice pressure onto Yellow Submarine, which they need to do.
And if they don't put the pressure now, these towers become exponentially harder to take. Oh, here it is. Top lane. Chrono, Egg.
The combination.
He's pretty
tanky. Yeah, luckily they've got the Sun Rays, a decent amount, but Ekanard comes in, drops that heal. It isn't going to be enough to bring down Petashar, though. It cost them a lot, though. 3 ultimates used to bring down the Doom, who did not have Doom, so...
I mean, he just died,
I don't know how I feel about that.
He just died, and he TP top and died again. You're pretty happy about that, Nomad. You're damn happy about that. Oh, melee Zeus.
On to the Zeus here. They'll get the skewer back. Sayu trying to set up for the stun. Needs to get it off and will be able to do exactly that. And Toronto Tokyo is going to lose his life. Went for the D-Wood and instead got his head taken off. I was going to say de-headed. And I remembered it's not de-headed, it's beheaded. Oh my goodness, it's not stopping, is it? Spire Knight goes down to the bottom lane, and Collapse finds another kill. I mean, Yellow Submarine, you know, they're just styling at this point. They really are styling. They're using these low cooldowns, they're using their damage output to get a couple of these kills. I mean, yeah, Zeus goes down the mid lane, that was really nice for Team Empire, but with the Phantom Lancer and the Doom going down in the past few minutes, although Gwynbleade's not so bad here.
Cancel the TP.
Oh, thank you, Zombie. Collapse comes through though. Doesn't have mana for lasso right now. He's gonna have to pop that stick to get it, and now does have. Oh no!
He just died 3 times in a row. I don't even know what to say in that situation. You know, you just die back to back to back like that. It's just 12 minutes into the game. You're just pretty much a walking XP bot, like for your opponent.
Goodness gracious. Dies to Witch Doctor, dies to Faceless Void, dies to Witch Doctor again. This isn't how you want to be playing your Doom.
This hero is really nice against Doom Witch Doctor, because early game the Doom doesn't have a whole lot of armor, right? So he went for like the phase boots and then the urn that gives him a little bit of armor, but even so, very weak against the Death Ward damage early game. People actually used to actively pick Witch Doctor to counter Doom, because the Doom has to run in with the Scorched Earth. All you have to do is just plop that Death Ward into the middle of the fight, then he can't run in anymore, and he just walks away. Or you can cask him and combo him too.
Now, someone in the chat saying it's not Gwynbleade, it's Gwynblade, which is interesting since Gwynbleade is Welsh. Gwynblade, I guess Gwynblade would make sense as well.
What are you talking about?
I'll accept that. Magnus, his player name. It's
Gwynblade,
okay. Not Gwynblade. I was trying to give it the Welsh pronunciation, but apparently it's from The Witcher, so there goes that idea. Haste Rune on the mag once again. A rune he likes very much. And he's going to be heading down bottom very, very quickly to try and help out his PL. Can he get in there in time to save him? No, RP gets dropped. They're trying to bring him down. The doppelganger comes out from Smiling Knight. He's still alive for the time being. Oh no, he throws him back. The skewer. It gets Smiling Knight killed. Oh my goodness, there's a traitor in our midst on the side of Team Empire. As the poor old PL was about to make it out, but unfortunately, Gwynblade made very sure of that not to happen. A slight mistake there, I believe. I don't know, is there any excusing that one?
Oh my god, the Doom!
Oh no, poor little Doom.
Chrono. That's it.
They didn't even chrono him. They didn't even chrono him.
The death ward.
Oh
They countered
my
the Doom
goodness.
right here again. Yeah, I mean, this is so weird. The Phantom Lancer is supposed to be countering the Bat Rider, but the Bat Rider is the one who got all 3 of the kills onto the Phantom Lancer in this game. Not working out for them, is it? No matter. Didn't I did say this PL was supposed to be like 4-0, right? By like 12 minutes into the game. He's the complete opposite. He does have a diffusal
Who is
plate.
4-0?
Who?
The Witch Doctor.
Pushka? Yep. He's playing so well right now. Like he has a Glimmer Cape. Bro, it's just 15 minutes into the game. The heck?
Look at me.
That's actually insane.
I am the carry now.
That's actually insane.
He's having a rocking game on this Witch Doctor. Absolutely loving life. So Empire, when is the point where we're going to see them use these ultimates? You know, is it wait for RP, wait for Doom, and then just try and find a big 5-on-5 fight, which you can hopefully take the win in? Because still doesn't sound that good to me.
They're completely missing the timings right now.
Yeah.
These deaths on lanes and such have just gone way out of hand, especially the Doom. Look at the Bat Rider. This is the offlaner. He's the same net worth as the Void and the Zeus. It's insane. Like, actually insane how farmed he is. He's got a Blink Dagger on his way to a BKB already. Like, it doesn't look...
money.
Yeah, I mean, it's very impressive that all 3 of the cores are this farmed on the side of Yellow Submarine. Oh,
Jump
Lina.
in, lasso out onto Lina. They'll throw her up onto the cliff and leave her there to die. A very sad death for Sayu up here, but there is nothing she can do but to succumb to the flames.
Toronto Tokyo went for an Aether Lens build, and he's going for a Blink next. I feel I would like to see an Aghanims instead on him, though. Even he could have even skipped the Aether Lens and just went straight for the Ags, since he does have Boots of Travels, but decided he wants the Aether Lens. I think with the Ags, you can pretty much get kills with anyone, right? Wish Doctor casting someone in the lane, Bat Rider lasso, Chrono, Bat bottom, getting gone on by the PL with the Diffusal Blade. Is this his revenge? He's running around in circles.
Collapse trying to play around this little building here as they're going to keep the tank. No, Collapse is good. He's just run to the tree line, got the blink away. Smiling Knight's not going to be able to find it. As they'll use that Thunder Gods just to give them that scouting information and see Petashara, Eknart, and Gwynblade coming up to the top lane. Pushka, hey, looks like he's sticking his head a little bit too far here. Let's see if they can do anything about it on Empire. Oh, Johnson's out of sight just in time. Eknart now sees him, but it's too late.
It's hard to kill a 50-minute Glimmer Cape support.
Yeah, it is.
Doom is like, he wants to make a play, but who's making a play on who right now? That is the question.
Yeah. Both
like,
teams
I'm out.
kind of circling each other. Yeah, he's done. He's like, this is taking way too long. I know how this cookie crumbles. I'm getting myself out of here.
It's 0-5-0. This feels so bad for Doom. Nothing is going his way, and nobody in his lineup can actually play with him either.
I don't think I've seen a Doom this poor in a very long time.
Yeah. And actually, he had a pretty decent laning stage, too. It's just after the laning stage, what happened is what's making him so poor at the moment.
Maposhka. Oh no, he's found his best friend. He's found his best friend. Oh, Pitashara, he's picked up the whole boulder to stop Maposhka solo killing him. Although Pitashara's still going to get pretty low from this, but he wants revenge. This is angry too. Yeah, they've got the dust. They'll take down Maposhka. There you go, you cheeky little witch doctor. Get in the bin. Meanwhile, though, this is not looking good, though, for the side of Team Empire. Maposhka, you know, this guy, he's so smart. He was like, hey, you know what? if I just go on this Doom in the top lane, they're so mad about me that they're going to respond, and that allows them to get the kill on the mag in the middle lane. Easy peasy.
It's hilarious that he has to get a hurl boulder to be able to deal with the Wish Doctor. And mag mid, that's a pretty big kill. Level 14 Magnus, feeding away plenty of experience and gold to the Radiant side. Void actually going for a Mjolnir build this game to deal with the Phantom Lancer. Normally, I think we see Battle Fury against PL, like some kind of Battle Fury plus Aghanims. I'm not even sure he needs to deal with the PL. I think the Zeus, the Phoenix are already like good enough, to be honest. But it's okay. If it's still a pretty decent build that gives you plenty of attack speed.
Yeah, always nice to see it, but Team Empire, they're looking for some revenge here. They've got those ultimates up. They're going to smoke up onto the enemy side of the map. The first really aggressive play we've seen from this team as 5. And they're going to open up onto Miposhka here. Smile Knight, he's just got this Diffusal Blade, going to drop it onto Miposhka straight off the bat. They've got the dust to try and get the vision onto him now, but take a long time to die. Will inevitably go down, but it's only going to be the singular kill. They're going to try and turn it into a tier 1 tower whilst they're at it.
Yeah, he didn't have his teleport up to be able to just glimmer and TP out there. They do trade the bottom bounties at least. Did Miposhka get the bounty? No, he got the bounty. So still pretty good trade, I would say. 20-minute bounties are quite big, and just losing your position 5 for it, not bad. They don't even take the tier 1 tower top.
Goodness. Not a good trade at all for the side of Team Empire. They want to make something happen. They want to squeeze the sponge of these ultimates here, but that's just not happening currently.
Yeah, the wards that they plan top though, those could be good. Like they could maybe make another smoke play after pushing them out of bottom into those 2 wards that they planted top side. Perhaps getting a Doom onto the Void or an RP on 2 heroes. That could really create a solid team fight for Empire. That's what I would like to see now.
There are definitely ways back into this game for Team Empire, but they need to really tighten their ship right now. Need some
he really doesn't want
to come out.
Ags on the Zeus. He's actually going for Bloodstone. Yeah, interesting. I would totally expect like Zeus to buy Ags when you're playing with Batrider and Void.
Yeah. Smoke up from the side of Empire once again. They've got some vision with these wards. One of them gets dewarded, but they want to come around and try and play in this area of the map anyway. Toronto Tokyo is under the 2-1 tower in the middle lane. Could be a potential pick if they can get the vision onto him. But right now, they will not. Phoenix, also a good option here. Sayu's going to get spotted. He has the yields to try and set up onto this Phoenix here, and they're going to drop the whole kitchen sink on the way of this Phoenix. They'll bring him down quickly. Nice little assassination onto Sobad. You know, not the worst kill in the world. Still not a core like they would have wanted. Toronto Tokyo's coming forward and just casting a couple of spells onto Smiling Knight, trying to clear out a couple of his illusions. Yatoro, he wants to drop this Chrono down and find himself a nice juicy couple of kills for his team, but once again, Team Empire, they respect the Chronosphere and they get themselves back.
Already has a black bar on top of that Maelstrom too now. He is so rich with this Midas. They fought him. Boom.
Chronosphere comes down onto the Smiling Knight. Where is the team? Where is the help? It is just not coming in right now, and they will bring him down regardless. There's that Death Totem coming in once again. Miposhka claims another life.
So good. Like, watching Miposhka play Witch Doctor just makes you want to play Witch Doctor. And then you go into your pub, you click it, you end up just being 0-15, you know, no impact, dying every time trying to walk into Maledict someone.
Yeah, you drop that death ward and then the enemy carry just walks into it. It's like, what is this, a tickle? And then he kills him.
It's just one of those heroes. But Miposhka is playing so damn well with it right now.
Yeah, he's making it look OP.
So CIS supports right now, they really like this. I think Virtus Pro, they also play a lot of position 5 Witch Doctor.
Yeah, it's like Witch Doctor and Disruptor, which they really like in CIS as the 2 supports, which you don't really see that much elsewhere. And they're going to use the Thunder Gods just to secure this for a Shan, make sure there's no funny business going on. Team Empire, they're heading into this pit right now, but Supernova's been dropped and Phantom Blast is doppelganging into this. He could be in some real trouble. You need some help, and it's not really coming right now. Sunray's going to come through, and he's just dead. Too much damage, and now Yatoro comes up onto that high ground, looking for more. They're looking for a target. Sayu misses a stun, collapses on top of him. He's got the double damage, and he's got a Flame Break as well to try and get on top of Sayu. bouncing him back all over the place. Collapse trying to close that gap. Does have the blink, has the lasso, dragging back Lilina into the clutches of Yatoro as they'll bring down another hero. That is 3 dead for the side of Team Empire.
They're going to control up the top 2. They want to go for the tier 2 tower. Meanwhile, Batrider has Boots of Travels. He's going to push out bottom. Zeus can just walk back to base, heal up, has an Arcane Rune, TP back top after that. Things are looking up and up for Yellow Submarines.
Yep, they are looking to surface.
Yep. And this Void is just pretty much going to sit in this top jungle side and make sure that Empire just can't get inside the farm. He has Aegis, right? So he can go anywhere on this map and just bait Empire onto him.
The map is your oyster. Go and find your pearl, Yatoro. Oh no, he gets caught out. A little bit too deep, going on a bit of a warding mission here, and Gwynblade will be able to finish the job.
3, 5. They will collect 4 bounties though in exchange for that. What? Again? I saw this 5 minutes ago. The same movie. They killed Mapushka, but they lost the bounties. This is exactly what happened just now. They ran after him. They lose the top bounties. They get the bottom bounties too on Yellow Submarine. Gold lead up to 10k now.
That ain't value, Chief.
Oh, he's not going for the Bloodstone. He's going for the Kaya Yasha. Man wants to style on people, dude.
Okay. Bringing out some new meta here. I like that. Toronto Tokyo testing the waters a little bit. Once again, popping that Thundergolds, try and get them some vision. Smiling Knight maybe in some trouble. Yatoro comes down, closing that gap, trying to bring down the Smiling Knight here, but the heals come through Yatoro. Maybe overstepping his mark a little bit here. He doesn't actually have the mana for the Chronosphere, and now the RP comes down, but the Phoenix has herself an Aeon Disc, enables him to get off the egg, but it doesn't make a difference. Still gonna die. Yatoro in some trouble as well as the Doom falls on the high ground. Toronto Tokyo now coming into this one. Smiling Knight needs to leave, but the Zeus is getting the blink across onto the high ground and gets a kill onto Smiling Knight. Petashiro dead as well. Second ult goes down. Yatoro looking for the +1 to get the lasso out onto the Magnus here, and Yatoro is closing that gap. He gets another one. He's got a Chronosphere if they really want to bring down Sayu the hard way. Are they going to use it? Nah, it's just a leader. They're just going to chase her the old-fashioned way. Give her a good old clobbering. Under the tier 4s, are they stopping? Oh, they are not. Toronto Tokyo gets himself the ultra kill as everyone on the side of Team Empire has fallen. What looked like a pretty bad fight for the side of Yellow Submarine just still goes their way. This team just can't seem to lose fights anymore.
They cannot. If they don't find a Zeus first and kill him, he's just going to absolutely destroy the team fights. He has an insane amount of movement speed on the Zeus with that Kaya Yasha, Boots of Travels. Plenty of Spell Amp too. What's the Spell Amp at right now? Let's take a look. 9%? That can't be right. It's not 9%. It's more than that. He's got 16 plus 3 from the null. It's got 19%. Yeah, it's bugged for me.
Let me have a look. Let me give it the old Oxford try as down goes Petashiro once again. Not really big news at this point. 25% spell amplification.
25%. Okay, all right. He's got the Van Brace and a second null. Okay. Yep.
Yeah, his ulti is currently doing 640 damage to everyone on the enemy team. Seems good, man.
Yep. It's enormous. They can't play Dota against this Zeus right now. Like, you need to have some answer to him, some way to get on top of him. And Empire just don't have the heroes for it.
They certainly do not. 28 minutes in. Gwynblade, he's got the blink away though, just in time before that first tick of damage comes through. Collapse, meanwhile, is being jumped on by the Smiling Knight. I think Smiling Knight kind of wants to leave, but they get the Chronosphere down onto PL once again, and with that BKB, there's nothing they can do about it. Gwynblade's just kind of watching as that PL falls again. No buyback on that Phantom Lancer either, so nothing they can do to try and turn this one around. And they're just going to lose 2 heroes. That's going to be it. I mean, it is a Chronosphere and a Supernova used. They don't have that Aegis anymore, so there could be a potential for Team Empire to try and make a play when that Phantom Lancer is back. I'd like to see one last try from them. They have these ultimates available. Could be a real opportunity.
Dude, that Shivas from the bat just caught me off guard. I'm like, what do you mean you have a Shivas on a position 3 Bat Rider 28 minutes into the game? This is insane. He's got BKB Shivas. The PO just can't go in and do any damage because he's going to get slowed So much AoE damage coming out from the Mjolnir, the Zeus, the Phoenix, the Bat, the Doom. Oh, gets lassoed bottom.
Yeah, being controlled up pretty well, and Petashara pops a BKB to keep himself alive, realizing that they are going to need him if they want to try and make any kind of play there. They'll kill off Phoenix in the backline. Poshka looking on over. Nothing he can do about that, though. And now, well, Thunder God's Wrath comes down from the Zeus just to give them a little bit of information. And also, it is just doing a crazy amount of damage, so it's really not a bad idea to just keep on spamming it every time it's off cooldown, which seems to be what Toronto Tokyo is doing right now.
Yeah, he wants to see if he can catch the Doom or something, but the Doom has plenty of HP regen with that Devour and the Dragon Scale, so not gonna be low enough for that Zeus ulti to kill him. They won't be able to take mid tower though.
Oh no, blinks into Yatoro. Oh my goodness, Petashara. I think he was TPing Tox. He didn't think the enemies were there, and he thought he could get himself a couple of bounties. Unfortunately, he met a very swift demise instead.
Hey, at least he's made some space so his team can get some bounties this time around.
Yeah, we'll settle for that.
2 bounties going the way of Empire now. They did not get any bounties in the last 2 rounds. So, better than nothing for sure. Zeus not going for a Hex. Almost has it. 1,000 gold, that's it. Less than that.
Terrifying. Yeah, strange build from the Zeus again here. You know, this isn't something we're used to seeing. Not going for the Ags and instead going for Aether Yashikaya into this Hex with the Blink Dagger. And the Blink Dagger I totally understand. I really like Blink Zeus actually. Used to like 4-staff Zeus when 4-staff was good. Unfortunately, that item's just a little bit poop now.
Definitely. Great
Yeah,
for your
does
mobility.
benefit a lot. Exactly. Benefits from mobility, which he doesn't naturally have. Then again, he's also got a ton of movement speed with this Yashikaya build as, oh man. His favorite spot, Collapse, throws Undying up that cliff once again, and in comes the Thunder Gods here to give him some vision. The Chronosphere comes down onto the PL once again. He's just gonna straight up die every single fight. PL walks into a Chrono, gets killed off, and that's it. Like, that's literally it.
Yeah. I think PL's completely checked out of this game. He realizes this was not the pick, and there's nothing that he can actually do against this anymore.
Oh my god, the range on that Hex. Catching out Sayu here. Sayu's just going to straight up die here. He has got that yield to keep himself alive a little bit longer. Gwynbliad coming in. Not a bad RP, but where is the damage to finish it off? Well, they've got a little bit here. They're throwing the whole kitchen sink the way, but they can't even bring down Maposhka. They can't even bring down the position 5 support. And it is going to be a stern execution from the side of Yellow Submarine as Team Empire are wiped off the face of the map. My goodness, what a clean game from Yellow Submarine. I mean, everybody just doing their job and a little bit more. Everybody pulling through here on this team and, you know, bringing this submarine to victory.
Yep. I mean, this draft was just way too one-sided in my opinion.
Here, if Team Empire get another loss in this series, then they will be 3-4, which, you know, Siberium's on 2-4, and Omega's on 2-4 as well. So they will have a little bit of a safety barrier with that extra win they've got, but it's definitely not a position you want to be in when you're being threatened elimination, because it's bottom 2 teams which do go out of the tournament completely here. And I think 7 and 8 have to play off in a wild card. I don't think we quite have the information yet, but I believe it's going to be something along the lines of 7 and 8 playing off in a wild card, which is looking like Team Empire heading for here. So yeah, could really use a turnaround in this one, but unfortunately they're going to need a little bit more than that. Alrighty, folks. Well, we are going to throw it over to a short break, after which we'll have game number 2 of the series between Yellow Submarine and Team Empire. Also, 1437 will be giving us his top 10 holiday destination. Also, we might find out who the murderer really was. So we're going to throw it over to that break and all that coming up afterwards. We'll see you very soon for more Epic League action. The Epic League, where we are in game number 2 of Team Empire versus Yellow Submarine, who are battling it out in the best of 3 series for all important points here in the group stage of Division 2. My name is Nomad. Joining me is Theban, of course, my loyal partner. How's it going, dude? And can Team Empire do it? Do they have the capabilities to do it?
Well, to answer your question, it's going well. And I need to answer a question everybody has in chat, and that is, does Nomad take off his headset and his hat in between games? And the answer to that is actually no, he does not. He leaves it on because it's very hard to take off.
Yeah, it's very hard to put on as well because, you know, it's like quite a complicated headset. It's got lots of little bits. It's got to go over the hat. It's a bit of an operation, guys. You know, the lengths I go to for you guys is, you know, underappreciated, I would say.
True. It's worth it. It's a beautiful hat. I like it.
Thank you, sir. I missed the tip, but thank you, sir.
Next time you should bring one for me too. You shouldn't just like, you know, wear it yourself and then now you're like, you know, kind of showing off, right? If you don't bring one.
Yeah. I mean, I have another one. I have like a lot of fancy dress stuff. I mean, throughout my time in like university and even before university, I mean, me and my friends it's always been big on like, yeah, going out dressed as idiots and getting slammed. But anyway, we have an IO Leshrac coming out from Team Empire, Yellow Submarine. Meanwhile, have the Phoenix. Do you want me to get my cowboy hat? I can show it to you if you want it. I can send it across. Although I'm not sure what shipping to the Philippines is going to be like. That sounds expensive.
Nah, we're good. We're good.
All right.
It'll probably cost you an arm and a leg, so let's not.
Probably cost me more than the hat. Yeah.
Okay. Well, in this game, as we see right now, we got some interesting drafts because there's an IO and a Leshrac, like you said, and I love these two heroes right now in Dota 2. That being said, Yellow Submarines do manage to get their hands on their Phoenix once again, but the Void got banned out. So Empire really respecting that combo this time around. They understood they had no chance to deal with this. The Magnus just doesn't work. I like, again, the biggest thing, the biggest problem with Magnus right now is like people understood that you can farm just as fast as a Magnus lineup as long as you like keep tabs on their stacks and whatever, you know. The Empower is only going to boost you so much before like there's diminishing returns, because if you don't open up the map, there's not enough creeps on the map for you to farm faster anyway. So what you do against these mag lineups is you build a strong lineup that can fight early and don't give up your towers, and that's exactly what Yellow Submarine did last game, and that was it. So this time they're going for a different draft, a different strategy. IO Leshrac, much faster gameplay for sure. Leshrac right now is like a super carry out, honestly. Like the way you play Lesh is not like the, you know, you run around, you edict, you need to push all the towers down, then end the game fast. You can actually play late game with this hero now. He's got some really good item builds, the Aghanims, you know, you can eat it up later. Level 25 Diabolic Edict talent is OP as hell. So they have a solid lineup that can play early, mid, and late already with those two heroes.
Yeah, absolutely. I really like the new Leshrac as well. I think he's well, not new Leshrac. You know, he's been this way for a very long time. Nothing's new anymore. Yeah. We're stuck in this flat. But the fact that he's being played now, the way he's being played is really enjoyable. Actually, it's fun to watch. And of course, the stacking meta favors him a lot. Any hero which can take stacks is good. That's essentially what you need to know about mid laners right now.
And the best part why he's become so popular, people thought he was so shit like a couple months ago. He doesn't clash with what your carry farms on the map, right? Your carry likes to farm jungle creeps. He likes to farm like just small patterns over and over again, where the Leshrac buys boosted travels, is extremely fast, and just TPs from lane to lane to lane to lane and keep shoving it in and trying to make you chase him around the map. So it's a very efficient hero in the current patch. But Yellow Submarine, they get that Invoker. I think we've seen this before, where Invoker can just set up on a Leshrac with a Tornado, EMP, Cold Snap, and as long as they have like a 4 or a 5 who can like help the Invoker get kills, the Leshrac will have a very tough time. I like this pickup, and Tokyo plays such an amazing Invoker, so quite good.
Yeah, it's very, very scary to play into Toronto Tokyo Invoker. This guy can throw down some serious moves on this hero. It's also pretty good as a idea into IO as well, just because, you know, the two heroes usually together makes it nice and easy for the tornadoes. And yeah, I mean, lots of nice little things. They go for the Sven on the Submarine straight away.
They stole it. This is like a play to remove it from Empire, right? Empire would have liked to have had an IO Sven combo. And
right, gotcha.
it's so good. It can still be played with alacrity. Like what carry doesn't want to be alacrity? So yeah, great. Also for that reason, Yellow Submarine draft is already looking so good right now. And they will pick a 5 after this to protect the Sven, like or make the best lane possible for the Sven. Team Empire have no option but to pick another support here or an offlaner, so they're gonna get a lot of information.
For sure, for sure. So, what when you see a Sven, what do you think about as terms of answers to this hero?
Okay. Answers to this hero are like BKB lockdown things, like Batrider, Faceless Void. You have to just make sure whenever he pops that BKB, you have something for him. Bash heroes are pretty good too. Like Troll Warlord actually does quite well against Sven. So they go with the PA pick here with the IO. Not the biggest fan of this PA right now. PA needs some kind of a buffer in your lineup to make her like really strong. And with that Omni picked up by Yellow Submarine, now they have that Omni Sven combo. Then they got that Guardian Angel that destroys Phantom Assassin. Invoker Alacrity onto Sven. I'm so worried for Empire right here in this draft. They need, I don't know what they can pick right now to punish the Sven Omni lane. Saudar's already banned out. And that would have been a great amplifier for the Phantom Assassin too. IO is a good amp, but it's not the best amp for PA for sure.
I'm very worried once more for Team Empire. I really don't want to be that guy which just slates them down 2 games in a row, but I feel like the Omni Knight as Sven combination is just so dirty to play into, and Yellow Submarine, they love playing to their timings, and that is this is looking like a hella strong timing.
I like the Tide though here. So the Tide is not a hero that's gonna be phased by the Sven Omni lane. And then you have like this big frontline Ravage hero who can buy Solar Crest, which is a great item when you have a PA. And maybe with this Tide and Leshrac combo, they can try to take all the tier 1 towers and then protect their own tier 1 towers on the side of Empire. So if they do that, then I can definitely see them having a really good game here. Like Leshrac Tide has always been this popular combo throughout Dota history, and I fully expect it to do a lot of work in this game.
Yes, I'm quite liking this Tide pick. It does kind of give Team Empire some options. More look at this, more maybe I'm over exaggerating Yellow Submarine. The thing is, we've seen this Sven and Omni Knight just absolutely roll people before, so that does make me concerned. But I'm trying to ignore my previous biases, get over that, and just kind of focus on what Team Empire have to offer. Maybe if this PA has a really nice lane, she can get a decent timing on the Battle Fury and start to really kind of farm up, pull ahead, and somehow doesn't get too pressured by the side of Yellow Submarine. What damage they have to deal to this PA right now as well. If she does pull ahead, with that evasion, the Sven's going to feel not that strong against her. The Evoker's going to be going cross-works, so...
PA is the highest net worth in this game. I don't think she's dying. My concern is the PA is not going to be the highest net worth because they need one more hero who can run with this Tide and Leshrac into the Sven's jungle camps and stop them from farming, I think. That's what they need right now, right? Yeah. If the PA is just left alone and has that 20-minute Battle Fury plus Desolator, I think their draft looks good. Like Omni Guardian Angel is nice and all, but later on, like it's a pretty long cooldown. PA can always go in and out of fights. You can always kite that Guardian Angel, get out, and then rejoin the fight once again, especially with an IO. At that point, IO would be very useful for the PA. It's just early game, like IO is not that useful to amplify PA. Rubik and Undying banned. Empire ban out Batrider and Axe. They do get the last pick off lane in this game on Yellow Submarine. A lot of offlaners are banned out already. Mars, Bat, Axe. I love this Mars first phase ban, and this hero is so nuts right now. It just feels so hard to play against that hero. Every time his arena's up, they just go in the arena, they spear you, and you feel so hopeless in the engagement. The Empire go for Wyvern. Okay, so they get their own their own anti-physical damage hero. The ulti of the Wyvern that stops Sven in BKB, right?
Yeah,
so that's good. But There is
With
one problem.
Heavenly Grace on him, yeah, it's
Yeah,
not gonna be lasting
not
too
gonna
long.
stop. Exactly, it's not gonna last very long.
I think the idea here though is to kind of expect the Sven not to go for BKB maybe, and try and grab him so that he just kills his Omni Knight or something like this.
Maybe.
Kills his Phoenix, kills his Omni. I think that's gonna be
Right.
the play from Team Empire.
He might still go BKB though, because you don't want to get ravaged, right? Like when
Yeah,
the
you don't want to just be Leshrac food.
yeah, or slowed by PA and stuff. So I think he will go Ags first, and then he'll probably go BKB after. Normally, nowadays we see BKB first and then Aghanims, but in this game he might just go to Ags just because of the Guardian Angel, and then the Heavenly Grace, and then just go for BKB. What's their last pick? And boom, Centaur. So a hero who can find the Winter Wyvern. They have plenty of jump now on the side of Yellow Submarine.
They do indeed, yeah. They do indeed. A lot of pressure to come out from this Yellow Submarine side. It is really going to be kind of the unstoppable force versus the brick wall of Team Empire. Who's going to win out? Well, I'm not too sure on this one. I think this is... I really actually like this Wyvern pick. And I like this Tide pick as well. So I think Team Empire have been able to recover their draft from these the last two picks. Is it enough? I'm not sure. I mean, I guess we'll find out. Where would you place this one percentagely wise, Theban?
I still give this a 60-40 to Yellow Submarine. I think Omni Sven is just going to be very fast farming and so much pressure in the early game. Like we talked about how the PA needs to be ahead, but it's really hard to get ahead against an Omni plus Sven combo. The Sven has early game 28 strength and just gonna run at your towers, and there's not a whole lot of options for Empire, I think, unless they win the Tidehunter and the Leshrac lane. Like they gotta win those two lanes, I think. That's the most important thing for them.
Yeah, it's going to be scary. Alrighty, let's see what they can do. And of course, guys, if you think you know who has the better draft, if you think you know who's going to win, then you can go and have a check out some odds over on egb.com. That is EGBet, who are the official betting sponsor for the Epic League. And all their information is down below the stream in one of those lovely, lovely banners. So check that out if you are a betting person and fancy putting some money down on this game. But for us, we are thinking that Yellow Submarine are going to make this into a clean 2-0. I have no reason to doubt Toronto Tokyo. I did so yesterday and I regretted it muchly. And yeah, I mean, lost the wager there and ended up having to make a donation in our names after that horrendous beatdown which Yellow Submarines game yesterday. So I know not to bet against them again here. I'm a sensible man. And Toronto Tokyo as a poker is really a treat to watch. I'm excited to get to see it in action once again. Hopefully we see a similar performance as we saw last time.
Most definitely. And last time he was also playing with the Centaur on his team, and he was actually making space for the Centaur, which is what you should be doing, because Centaur is actually a hero who wants to farm. He does not like to make plays. This hero has an insane toolkit to be able to just farm out the whole map, and they really understand that. And that's why I feel like this draft is quite favoring them, because they know how to play around the Centaur, which a lot of teams don't actually do. So Toronto Tokyo, the space making god, that's what we're gonna see from him in this game.
Certainly is, yeah. I mean, he doesn't have the IO to teleport him around the map like we saw last time he was playing this hero, but either way, I don't think that's going to make much of a difference to his playstyle. It's might not quite be as impressive, but still looking forward to it nonetheless. So let's have a look at some of these lanes. It's going to be the Evoker mid versus the Leshrac. I think we've already talked about that a little bit, just saying how it's in the laning phase. The Leshrac's probably going to be okay. It's when you start getting the EMP and the Cold Snap combinations where the Lesh is going to start to have troubles with the Invoker, but that's not until like the early mid at the very earliest. Meanwhile, up at top, we got Yatoro on the Sven with Maposhka on the Omni Knight. They're going to be laning into Petashara and on to Sayu or Akana. I wonder who's going to go top. Yeah, it's going to be Akana, isn't it? The IO will lane with the PA, so...
No, it's going to be IO and the Tidehunter.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
And PA are going to be laning together, I believe. If the Wyvern lanes against the Sven Omni, like the first skill of the Wyvern is not going to do anything.
True.
Right? It's just going to get the Heavenly Grace off right away. It's going to trade both the spells like that. But that being said, though, Wyvern PA against Phoenix Centaur is also not good. Like, that's the problem with Wyvern, why we don't see it. It's just a terrible laning hero.
Yeah.
One of the weaker position 5 laning supports. Amazing in the mid game, amazing in the late game. with the spells, but laning wise, not going to be able to provide a lot.
Alrighty, and down to the bottom lane, we're going to have we have some problems with Team Empire. Hold on, I'm just going to talk to my producer. What's going on? Give it to me in my ear.
Yikes.
Okay, well, guys, we have the inside scoop. There's some electrical issues with Team Empire right now. They have no idea how long it's going to be. So, you know what, Demon? Let's use the opportunity to talk about the most recent update from the dev team with Dota2. So, there are a couple of interesting tidbits in there. Firstly, the DPC season's going to be starting back up sometime soon in mid-January. In fact, I believe they've said. So that's quite exciting. Going to have DPC back on the run. What do you think that means for a lot of these teams?
Wait, can you respond to that? Can you respond? Can you repeat that? I actually like completely, my headset sometimes dies out for like 2 seconds. What was the last part you said?
Well, the 2021 Dota Pro circuit will start on January the 18th with 16 teams competing in 2 divisions within 6 regional leagues. So, I mean, yeah, that's going to also mean we've got a major at the start of the season at some point, which is what the qualification will be from that. What do you think that means for the teams?
I mean, that means they have something to look forward to. It's time to buckle down and start trying really hard. I know these guys, some of them probably already are. Some of them probably feel like, you know, it's just another day playing Dota. But with the DPC coming and it is like the first league, you know, Valve sanctioned, you're gonna want to have a strong performance. And this also means sponsors will probably be returning as well for pick up some of these teams, or you know, pick up some advertising and such. So I'm quite excited for the teams. I think they've been looking forward to this. Also being able to earn some money as a tier 2 team would be nice, especially this last year has been absolutely terrible for them.
Yeah, it's been a rough time to be a Dota rogue, but thankfully the horizon is in sight. The Dark Knight is finally coming to an end. Also, the original plan to release the new hero and the new patch on November 30th has been delayed. They said she needs a bit more time to cozy up for the winter, so female hero is going to be on the cards. That's about all we know so far. I'm fairly sure some of the lore experts have got a good idea on who it is. I can't remember exactly what the dealio is, but are you excited for a new hero? What do you hope the new hero is going to be?
Support. Come on now. Not even a I'm tired of like these void spirits and ember spirits and shenanigans, you know, like killing it. Just give me a nice support hero, please. But truth be told though, it's the most likely chance is like a carry, I think, right? We haven't had a new carry. What was the last new carry that came out? Monkey King, Ember,
like or Monkey King? Yeah, I guess Monkey King was way after TB. Yeah, TB? I suppose so.
He's been around since the dawn of time, Nomad. What do you mean TV?
It feels like, I mean, okay, so Monkey King is barely a carry hero, right? Like he's bounced around from like carry to mid. He's not like a hard carry. When was the last hard carry we had?
I don't think ever. Like all these carries have been here since like Dota 1.
Exactly.
Like all the carries have been there since Dota 1.
Yeah, I just want a nice creep hitter. That's what I want.
Yeah, I mean it probably will be like a carry hero or something.
Hope so. I mean, I'd either have a 5 or a 1 because I feel like there's a neglected roles. Let's have a think of what the previous ones have been. We've had Snapfire and Void Spirit last time. Yeah, that's like a 4 position / mid position.
And there were 2 int heroes, right?
Yeah.
No, sorry.
No.
Snapfire is strength hero. Yeah, for some reason I cannot come to terms with the fact that Snapfire is a strength. like
Phoenix.
It just doesn't. Yeah, exactly. It's just like Phoenix and Io too. Io's also a strength hero. I'm sure there's some people in chat who didn't know that.
probably.
Yeah. It just doesn't make sense. Like, why are they strength heroes, right?
Especially Io. Like, strength implies, muscle. There's nothing muscly about Io. That is one meek ball of light. Literally ethereal. Literally no flesh, never mind muscle. How can you be strong if you have no
Before
muscle?
that, it was Pango and Willow,
Maybe
right?
that's extremely it's extremely limited view of mine. But yeah, before that we had Pango and Willow again, 4 position and a 3 position. So the offlaners got their Pangolier boy, who has also been played a little bit in mid and 4. Willow almost exclusively position 4. And then before that, what do we have? Well, now we're really stretching our memories. What do we have before?
Yeah, this has to be. It has to be a carry. Like it's gonna be a carry hero. They said it's a she though, right? Like it's
Yeah.
I think it's gonna be a carry.
Yeah, it would be nice to get like a really high skill POS 5 though, because we don't really have many. I think Chen is the only kind of really high skill POS 5 hero we have when you come to like, I'm talking about mechanical, like micro and stuff like that. Void Spirit felt very appealing to a lot of people for that reason. What's up?
I think you would think Chen is a pretty high skill hero. He really isn't. He's just like, yeah, like as a Chen player and also watching many other Chen players, you would think there's so many options. You gotta do all these crazy stuff, right? But most of the time, you don't end up thinking about those things because you don't want to, screw yourself and put yourself out of position and all that stuff. You just end up like using your creeps to take some towers. If you can't take towers without losing your creeps, then you just split push with them. Early game, you just take some small creeps, run at your opponent. It's like you play a few games of Chen, you start to realize, oh yeah, this hero is not that bad. It's like quite easy to play. It's just a matter of like, taking the time to learn it.
Yeah.
I'm sure you have like 0 Chen games, right? Nomad, tell me the truth here, buddy.
I actually played Chen about a couple of months ago for the first time in a very long time. So I got into an unranked game with my 5 stack, and I was like, hey, I did this thing where I'm just going to random a hero, and whatever it is, I'm going to play it mid. And I got Chen. I think I went Helm of the Dominator into AC was my build, or something like that. And then just tried to like destroy people with Penitence. Meanwhile, we lost, but I did pretty well. I did okay. I think it was Helm of the Dominator, Mask of Madness AC. It was pretty.
You didn't need to tell me that you lost. I already knew that.
Damn,
what mid-witch?
Say again. I didn't do that badly, but yeah, no, not my hero. That's for sure. Not my strong suit.
If you think about like heroes who you think are really hard to play, like in Dota, if anybody thinks about it, you're always gonna say the hero that you don't play. Like something that like you fear playing because you think it's hard. But most of the time, like once you pick something up, it's very, very easy after that.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Like I was always scared of Naga Siren, and then there was a patch where she was really strong, and I was like, oh, I'll give her a little bit of a go. And I mean, microing with our hero is pretty easy. I mean, the thing about Naga is that she's very low punishing because you don't have to be in lane. You just send your illusions to lane and it's fine. So yeah, I'd like to see Naga buffs in the new patch, that's for sure. I like Naga.
What's going on with these dudes?
Just
are we
issues.
Yeah.
Gotta get the electrician out, restart the old generator.
What are the rules on these games? You got them handy, Nomad?
No,
what's the situation?
No, that I'm nowhere near professional nor prepared enough to have the pause rules by my side. But maybe our very kind admin will sort us out on that one. They are giving us some information though, which is very useful. They said that the rumor is that the new character's name is going to be called Valkyrie, and she has a crossbow. That's what we know so far. That's what we've pieced
Sounds
together.
like a carry to me. Sounds like another sniper Medusa-ish hero.
Oh, get me in. I'm ready. I love Sniper. I really do. I'm so sad that he's not meta right now.
There's a League of Legends hero, I think, who uses a crossbow.
Whoa.
And it's a carry. And it's called, I think the name was Vayne.
Be careful, Steven. Your career's on the line here.
Tread
carefully, is all I'm saying.
Listen, if League of Legends haters want to cancel me, feel free.
Oh, saved by the bell. Anyway, game's back on, guys. Don't listen to that guy. Let's get back into the game. We're back. The electricity's been restarted. Defibriller's been used, or whatever you use. I don't know. I'm not an electrician, but we're back into the game. That's what I do know. I am a Dota-stician. And we are getting back into it. Alrighty, so let's refresh ourselves on what's going on here. We've got Toronto Tokyo playing the Invoker in the middle lane, gonna go Quaswex into this Leshrac and attempt to stop him being super effective and run around the map doing exactly what he wants. Meanwhile, in the safe lane, we've got the PA comboing it up with what we imagine to be the Winter Wyvern later on. She's gonna TP down here. She's gonna be playing into the Centaur Warrunner and the Phoenix. They're gonna be trying to make her life as difficult as possible and may well be successful in doing so. I think so. It looks like a pretty good lane versus the PA. We'll see what they're able to do. Meanwhile, up at top, we've got Petashara on the... Wait, what am I saying? No, that's a Tidehunter. Playing with the Io up here in the top lane. The big old Watermelon and the little ball of light playing into this Sven and Omni Knight combination. Will they be able to stop this Sven farming? Seems pretty unlikely.
This top lane is going to be the biggest farm fiesta you're going to see in a very long time, Nomad. It's just 4 strength heroes in one lane. 4. And both sides have a bunch of healing and high HP, so I don't expect any deaths to be happening up here. Sven gonna snag that bounty, easy stun. 3 bounties going the way of yellow from rain.
Cheeky.
Did he get the deny on the ward? Yeah, he did. Leshrac was there. Doesn't get the gold on the Omni Knight. Feels bad, man.
I hate getting them wards denied. It is a very bad feeling.
It's the worst feeling. God damn it. The worst is like when someone's being so nerdy, like they know that you saw them plant the ward and then they instantly kill their own ward. And then when you come back with a sentry, there's no ward anymore.
Yeah, also not a good feeling. Although I think the worst feeling in Dota is getting your stacks taken by the enemy.
Yeah, that's true.
Is there anything worse? I don't think so.
Or dying after you died, like back to back and then without a TP. Yeah, that's probably the worst.
I don't know. I mean, I know that like technically it's worse, but there's just something so like crushing about your hard work going to the enemy instead of your team. And I hate that feeling. I don't like that at all. Or in the patch where Bounty Hunter used to follow you around the jungle and just take your big creeps.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
That was awful.
How are things going so far? I'm just not gonna look at top lane because, like I said, 4 strength heroes doesn't sound very entertaining. Bottom lane though, Phoenix plus Centaur versus PA Wyvern. This is where we're most likely gonna see a first blood occurring, I believe.
Yeah, we've got Moltres and Articuno, shout out to Gary B, lining up against each other. The Firebird versus the Icebird, both of them very squishy and susceptible to falling if moving out of position too heavily. And they jump forward actually onto the Centaur instead here. They might have enough damage to get through him, but also Ekanat getting pretty low, so can't really follow through. But Smile Knight now moving across instead towards the Phoenix. Both of these Dire heroes getting very, very low to the harassment of the Radiant. And Smiling Knight is feeling pretty damn good about this so far, as he's the only one in high health in this lane right now. As the Wyvern heals up the salve. Oh, not much healing between these two either. Look at Collapse and so bad. They've got like very little regen between the two of them.
Yeah, Collapse started with a Bracer build. They're going to be bringing out more regen though, bottom, that's for sure. Or they should at least. They're just relying so much on the magic stick against the Phantom Assassin pretty much to help them sustain in this lane. He does throw out a lot of daggers.
It does indeed, yeah. Luckily there's a stick on both of them, so yeah. Smiling Knights probably gonna have a pretty good time in this bottom lane, by the way we've been so far. All is well. And same with the Sven, to be honest, so far. I mean, he's 9 and 2, so not doing quite as well, but I think he's going to do fine here, especially because when he has a Heavenly Grace on him, it makes it very difficult for the Tidehunter to lane into him with Anchor Smash. I mean, it just allows the Sven to keep on farming, basically, because it lasts, like, way shorter.
That level 2 Heavenly Grace, that's going to be a little bit of a turning point for sure. Can't wait for it right now, though. It did get gushed, so going to instantly plop that onto the Sven, remove the slow, the minus armor.
Get it out of here. Meanwhile, at mid, Toronto Tokyo getting a little bit of an advantage with a 2 CS lead. Very, very close between the two of them here, though no real advantage in the mid lane either. So it's all pretty chill. Sven's probably the only one who's actually struggling somewhat in lane, but everyone's doing okay.
The rune, that's what it's going to come down to in this mid lane. Io already rotating to the top side, going to stack this big camp. There's already 2-stack here. So it's going to be a 3-stack soon for the Leshak to farm later. The 50-50. Are they going to get it, Nomad? Is Leshak going to refill his bottle? Boom, there's the illusion.
Oh, yes, he does. Hello.
Deny
Tokyo with the tornado, with the deny. Not bad, so bad. Coming in from behind as well. They're trying to get the damage out onto Gwynbleidd with this Cold Snap and Burning combination, but it's not enough to bring him down. No Styro there, healing him up. So Gwynbleidd is going to be absolutely hunky-dory, untouched. He denied didn't get the rune though. So
yeah, that's very good though. Like just not giving that Leshak the refill. He's already out of mana. Can only rely on the creeps or his right clicks to get creeps. Toronto Tokyo, he might try for a goal on this Lesh. 460 HP. Does have a Fairy Fire though. He would not be able to kill him even if he manages to combo. So he's just gonna chill out, not waste his mana at all right now. Lesh gonna go straight back to base, not gonna wait for the bounty rune to refill. Omni Knight, check it out. He's gonna steal it. Dude, yellow submarines are so good at managing bounties. Like, this is why this team is so good right now, right? They always manage to get more than the opponent when it comes to these bounty runes. They know how important they are. And they also get the word out onto the big camp stack that they notice as well. So Invoker, I fully expect him to go there when he sees the Leshak moving towards that area. Not only will that word see the stack, but also the Leshak rotating top for potential tower takes.
Yeah, double value on the ward. Very nice. Definitely what we want to be seeing. As another EMP catches out Gwynbleidd. Toronto Tokyo being very, very annoying with this harassment and with the EMPs in mid lane. Bottom lane once again just harassing Collapse here. Harrying him with these Arctic burns, but he doesn't really care. The guy's so tanky at this point. He's got a ring of health, he's got a bracer, he's got a ring of regen, he's got a magic stick. So good luck bringing him down. You're gonna struggle. Sai making yet another stack here. Meanwhile, Gwynbleidd once again getting sat on by Toronto Tokyo, but he's trying to run him down here, popping both the spells, but unfortunately he's run out of mana very quickly and with so bad rotating in. Desai's going to have to come across and help him out. Does he have the heals? Yes, he does. Keeping Gwynbleidd alive very, very nicely, and Gwynbleidd is going to get himself out. It was a double rotation in from both the supports, but the same thing was done by Yellow Submarine, so not so bad in the end.
Leshak not dying is huge. You always want to save him there. You get the D ward actually, right, on the big camp stack now. So if Leshak does TP there, they're not going to get that information. I wonder if Lesh wants to TP top right now because he knows the Omni was middle, right? Nope, just going to TP right back to the mid lane instead. Wants to farm the stack. It seemed like a good chance to kill the Sven, right? I think that's a missed opportunity for him.
Could have seen it happening, but yeah, apparently not going to go in for that one, even though he has low health and no Omni Knight around. They will take the greedy players and go for that stack instead. I mean, I guess maybe flashbacks to last game when they got all those stacks stolen. It was very miserable, so I don't want that to be happening again.
Makes sense. You can see Sven already rotating in there. He wants to go and Goshen and take the stack, but Leshak already got it. All right, all right. Nice try from Yellow Submarine, but also very good play on Empire then to just take that stack first. Make sure it doesn't get taken away. Broom handle Sven. There's also stacks for him in the jungle. He's gonna be very happy with this now. Omni Knight gonna sit top, just soak up all his XP coming in. He's got that Heavenly Grace for himself. Going to be very, very annoying hero to push into.
Is indeed, yeah. No, this expensive is. Oh, he actually picks up the Iron Talon instead. Lovely stuff. I was gonna say Broom Handle is like the second best for Sven, but yeah, you grab that Iron Talon, you're taking it up every day of the week.
Every day of the week.
Meanwhile, Akhenaten goes for a cheeky D ward. Toronto Tokyo coming in with the DD though. Akhenaten thinking of casting that Cold Embrace onto himself. He can just about get it off here, so they will wait patiently for this Cold Embrace to be over, but now it is over. He will certainly die. That's actually a first blood at 8 minutes 20 into the game. A very late first blood. I believe the average is around 4 minutes 20, so very, very late one here indeed. But Toronto Tokyo will grab it up.
That's pretty big. First blood. Like, I just realized nobody actually died yet in this lane. I mean, in this game.
Yeah.
They're going to get the D ward.
Sleepy laning phase.
Leshak, he's like, I got to take these stacks before they
I'm seen. I'm seeing. Oh, so bad. Just try to get lucky here with the Sun Ray, and he grabs 1 or 2. Not bad, not bad.
I mean, that just got his ward killed. Okay.
Okay.
Oh,
What are they scared of here? This is a very threatening Phoenix, apparently.
Yeah,
There's
it's
an Evoker
because
coming in
there's
from
no
the
vision.
side.
There's also no vision available in the dire jungle for Empire. I'm sorry, Radiant jungle for Empire.
Smile Knight jumps out at the very last second there, but has had that cold snap along with the flames from the Phoenix onto him. They're going to pop the Stampede just to give him a little bit more maneuverability to try and play around this fight. And they're still looking for these creeps. That vision on the high ground, though, is going to be very well defended from the side of Yellow Submarine.
Dude, this is insane. Sven is actually in the other jungle now, stealing this triple stack. Triple or double stack? Double stack? Yep.
Yeah.
Like, there's so much space being made by Yellow Submarines in the bottom jungle that Sven has been able to farm so aggressively on the other side. 2k gold lead already. I mean, yeah, Empire was the one who was making stacks and farming, but the other ones were behind too.
Gwynblade saved for now by the cold embraces. Yatoro's on top of this Leshrac trying to finish the job here. Beautiful tornado, going to catch them both out and set them up for Yatoro to finish the job here. Trying to run himself forward. The slows route from the Smiling Knight though. Sayu getting away. The God Strength is now over. They're going to try and do it with the right clicks. Yatoro can't quite catch him out, but the right click is there from Toronto Tokyo to finish the job. And they will be able to bring down both of those heroes. The Leshrac and the Io both fall on the bottom side of the map for the side of Team Empire as the Sven comes out on top. You know, one thing I've noticed is PA hasn't really been farming during this time. She's kind of been watching the fights, I want to say. It's
yeah,
very
she's
odd.
been daggering, trying to see if there's any opportunities for her to jump in and snag a kill or help her team out, and it's just been working.
Again.
Yep.
Tokyo.
Got caught dewarding. They're so good at controlling Empire's jungle. It's insane.
They really are. Toronto Tokyo is just insane at like making the space for its supports to kind of take over the map with this vision. It's a really nice kind of synchronicity between the supports and the mid laner.
At least they were able to take the top tower now with that Leshrac. Like, noticing that they just keep reacting to Yellow Submarine's pressure, it's a lot better if you just try to do something yourself. So 11 minutes, they get the tier 1 tower top. This is going to give some space for the Phantom Assassin. Mid tower, there's a siege creep. Tidehunter doesn't have a whole lot of mana.
This guy's pretty big though, hard to bring down, even though Toronto Tokyo does have
And he's
decent amount of
keeping that
damage.
catapult alive.
Yeah, he is. He's using his body to keep the catapult alive. And the fortification comes through as well. Stampede being popped for down in the bottom lane. They're trying to bring down Econard here. Yatoro popping that ultimate once again to try and get on top of the Winter Wyvern. There is a Supernova coming down just to make sure this Wyvern will most certainly fall. And that will be a successful rotation from Yellow Submarine. Did cost them 3 ultimates there for a kill onto a Wyvern, but considering where it is, it's definitely worth it. It opens up so much space for them.
Most
Is it fair to say that kills increase in value the deeper into the enemy side of the map it is?
Oh yeah, definitely. Because you get more, you know, connection to your neck. Oh, Sven, wow. Okay,
Hello.
just ran into a Leshrac. That was like a 4 or 5 stack in there. What the? Like, every time I look at a camp, it's just massively stacked. I don't even know what's going on right now. This Sven has 120 last hits. Just 12 minutes into the game.
Now they jump onto the PA. PA needs a way out of this one. Does she have it? She doesn't. She's told a range creep to jump to, trying to get her way over towards the tree line here, but the tornado's going to come through. That's going to catch him out. The Smiling Knight will be smiling no longer as down goes the PA. Meanwhile, Centaur dies at bottom, so it is a trade, but it's not a good one by any stretch of the imagination. They're going to try and find so bad as well, but the TP out on the Leshrac probably didn't want that, but Gwynblade gets brought back to the middle lane, and that is going to mean that well, the Phoenix gets himself back to base.
This Sven is right now farming at 10 last hits a minute. 13 minutes into the game. It was just insane. He's got Mask of Madness, Echo Saber, playing with the Sven as well. I mean, playing with an Omni Knight on his team. Hey, look, another stack on the small camp. Wow, cool. Wherever he goes, there's just stacks.
Poshka doing his best Insania cosplay.
And now they're gonna be able to take that mid tower. Heavenly Grace ready. So you were talking about like kills on the enemy side of the map. Whenever you get kills on the enemy side of the map, you can always lead that into either pressure, like on the towers, or you can just start chasing your opponents. So it gives you multiple options.
Oh my goodness, my Knights gets run down. This is not the hero that can be dying right now. So
No,
saying the deeper the better is your synopsis.
Yeah.
Okay, so always dive fountain.
No.
Got it. Thank you, Theban. I know what I'm doing in the next pub game. Stellar advice as usual.
Courier, freebie, bottom, top,
Yeah.
Leshak, also hanging out in the trees. It's like Empire can't help but just hang out in the trees and try to push the side lanes. Make some kind of space. 7,000 gold lead for Yellow Submarines right now. They're farming about 500 more gold than Empire per minute.
They are sailing the seas of efficiency, that's for sure, as they jump on top of this Phoenix. A nice little kill for the side of Team Empire, as they at least stop them from getting a bounty rune. Kind of feels like that was a prediction from them that, hey, these guys, they can never resist a nice juicy bounty rune. So we'll try and take advantage of that, get ourselves a kill, and maybe even turn this into a push at mid. But they are very, very scared. I mean, this net worth deficit has got to be feeling miserable for them.
How about a Centaur with Heavenly Grace on top of him? Can they push into that? I mean, they don't have
a hood as well.
They did use the glyph earlier to protect the catapult, so...
Yeah, he tries to get the deny, isn't quite available to do so. Meanwhile, Tornado comes through onto that Tidehunter. He has no mana for Ravage. Oh, he does actually when they pop the Arcanes to keep himself up. And now he's going to pump fake a bit, just try and force back the side of Yellow Submarine. Meanwhile, Gwynblade chased up to the high ground. Will be okay, though, as that miss comes through. And that means no stun for him. Meanwhile, stun out onto the Wyvern instead. They'll be able to say this down. Definitely, Econart's going to be the one to lose his life. And now they can start hunting. Yatoro with that ultimate pot wants to find himself another hero. Petashara's got to be tempting, but just not really a target he can dive that deep for, so they'll get themselves back. Look for the top tier one instead.
And they just ran through the enemy jungle like this too. This forces Empire to just retreat back to their base. PA is in a lot of trouble. Ay caramba.
Niamore is gonna be no more as they bring down that Phantom Assassin. Meanwhile, Tidehunter and Econart trying to make something happen here. Well, under the Supernova, they're gonna stun the both of them up and just set them up beautifully for another 2 kills. Petashara is gonna be the new target here. He has got that Ravage, doesn't really want to use it for nothing though, as he is just going to end up going down. The double edge will finish the job. Meanwhile, Toronto Tokyo just getting on top of this Winter Wyvern. She's gonna fall as well. 4 heroes dead. 2 and 12 is the scoreline at 16 minutes 50 with a 9,000 gold advantage for Yellow Submarine. They are absolutely wiping the floor with Team Empire.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and say Smiling Knight has 1 more death left in him before he taps up. Like that, okay. I'm just like trying to get in his mindset at the moment, so...
Yeah, it's rough. It's rough. Meanwhile, Gwynblade getting cooked up once more. Phoenix making a lovely roast Leshrac stew. As my Knight jumps in, looking for some aggression here. I mean, the IO is nearby. Doesn't really want to tether, though, it seems. There we go. Blink across. Keeps my Knight okay. They will tether up together now.
He doesn't really want to be fighting either right now. He just wants to finish his Battle Fury, but feels like the only way to come back is if you somehow manage to get some kills. Invoker getting...
Winter's Curse.
Yeah, there's a Heavenly Grace in 2 seconds. They have a Ravage. Is this the first Ravage they're going to be able to use?
Oh! No. No, it is not. Petashari wants to use it so badly, but the side of Yellow Submarine are just backing themselves away. They're not staying anywhere near this Titan. They know what he's trying to do. They're not stupid. And they're not going to let him get away with that one at all. Now 2-man stun. Great jump in from Collapsing with the Sunray coming up over the top as well. They will melt Econard, and now they look across towards the Leshrac as well. Leshrac trying to be aggressive, but they've got that Blade Mail on the Center War Runner, so it's kind of hard for Gwynblade to actually fight up into him. He's just so tanky. Look at him reflecting so much damage. Gwynblade's forced back. Toronto Tokyo with the Tornado. Gonna miss due to the relocate out from the IO. Pretty nice timing on that one as Collapse now in the trees, but they'll find Petashara. Petashara cannot get off that ultimate. No buyback on him either to come in and maybe they can turn around play here. So the IO is probably going to TP back and lose his life. Anything to tether to? Yep, but Collapse is waiting for him. That's why I say I might survive anyway. Never mind. Collapse up onto the high ground. Yatsura coming up as well. Gwynblade dies the +1, and that is it. They are done. GG called. 18 minutes 40 with a 14k gold advantage this early into the game. This might be some kind of record, because that was just an absolute smackdown. 2-17, 14,000 gold in 18 minutes. That is a ridiculously efficient win from the side of Yellow Submarine.
Yeah, I think we waited longer for Tidehunter to return from his problems than how long that game lasted. That was just an absolute stomp, Nomad.
Wow, that was, yeah, I feel like I need a shower after that one. That was dirty from the side of Yellow Submarine. I mean, my goodness, I hope there are no children watching that game, because that was not appropriate. That was an absolute smackdown from Yellow Submarine. What a performance from them. But, I mean, yeah, it's just such efficiency as well. As making loads of stacks, getting loads of gold, just finding so much efficiency on the map, and just generally being super duper annoying to play into. It was very impressive stuff. Yeah, closing thoughts on this series, Stephen?
Yellow Submarines living up to their name, the expectations we have for them. I think they keep going like this. I don't think there's any teams who can actually beat them. You know what this calls for? A battle between Yellow Submarine and the Spider Pigs. I don't know if they played against each other yet, but that would be a pretty cool battle.
I mean, Spider Pigs haven't really been doing that well, though. I think Yellow Submarines are still the untapped champions, but that is going to be the last match to see. Oh, okay.
I just like their name. I just want to see Spider Pigs like play one time, no recast it. It's just going to be so funny. But yeah, very interesting team in the Yellow Submarines. They're so good. Again, they were supposed to be playing in Division 1. They fell short when they lost to Error, but maybe next time we'll see them there.
Maybe next time, yeah. I mean, a rematch between them and Just Arrow would be pretty fun, because I'm fairly sure Yellow Submarine have looked like the better team. But of course, in Division 2, they've been playing against easier opponents. Meanwhile, Just Arrow playing in much, much harder opponents. They did beat them the first time around, so yeah, very hard one to call. But nevertheless, that is going to be it for this series. A very short one indeed, as Yellow Submarine were able to take the victory in the clean 2-0 over the side of Team Empire. But folks, do not despair, as there is plenty more Dota 2 action coming up today. Don't you worry. And we've got some lovely, beautiful casters coming up to cover those games as well. We are all done for the day, but joining you for an Omega versus Live to Win is going to be Gareth and T-Governor, and then we've got Gambit versus Spider Pigs to finish off the day with Kill Pigeon and Pycat. So plenty of great Dota to come for the rest of the day. From us, we're going to be signing off. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you very soon, and enjoy the rest of the Epic League action happening throughout the day. Bye-bye.